A filter that costs $7 and a filter that costs $2,500 share one word on the label: filter. That word is doing almost none of the work you think it's doing. NSF International, the lab that certifies water filters, keeps a public database. It shows something most buyers never check. The pitcher on your counter and the system bolted to your basement wall aren't the same product at different prices. They're often tested for completely different problems. One can be certified for exactly one thing: chlorine taste. The other can cost $2,500 and still miss the one contaminant you bought it for. We're climbing the real ladder, level by level. The word doing all the work. Everyone's heard the take that pitcher filters are basically decorative. Fair enough, a lot of what's sold as a filter barely earns the word. But that's not quite the real story. It's not that pitchers are cheap and worse. A filter's price has almost nothing to do with what it's actually tested to remove. You can spend more and get a different job done, not a better version of the same job. Here's the mechanism, and it's simpler than it looks. Every certified filter carries an NSF or ANSI standard number. The same certifying system, two names on one label. Each number tests a separate list of contaminants. Standard 42 only covers looks and taste, chlorine smell, cloudiness, particles you'd notice. It says nothing about your health. Standard 53 is the health standard, but it's granular. A filter can be certified for parasites and not lead, or lead and not industrial chemicals. One contaminant at a time, listed by name. Standard 58 is reverse osmosis only. It's built to strip dissolved minerals and salts, fluoride, arsenic, the stuff carbon can't touch. Standard 401 covers 15 newer contaminants, things like trace medication residue and pesticides. None of these four automatically include each other. A filter with 3 of them didn't get extra strong. It got tested for 3 unrelated problems. I didn't expect that gap to be this wide either, and I've been doing this a while. That's exactly why this channel exists. Subscribe, and you'll catch the next hidden gap before you buy, not after. Because that 4-number code is about to explain every single level on this ladder. Level 1. By the numbers. Level 1 is the pitcher, and here's the part that should bother you. I checked NSF's own US certification listing for Brita by name. Only one cartridge, code OB06, the Elite, is certified under the health standard, and only for lead. The standard cartridge is the white one most people actually buy, at $6 to $8 a pop. It's certified too, but only for chlorine taste, plus a few metals like copper and zinc. Lead is not on that list. That's not the same as quote it does nothing, unquote. Chlorine taste is a real and useful job, but brand recognition does the selling on that shelf. Most buyers grab whichever cartridge is cheapest. They assume the name on the pitcher means the same protection across the whole line. It doesn't. One code on that shelf is certified for lead. The other isn't, no matter how identical the pitcher looks. Level 2 flips the story. It's the best value upgrade on this entire ladder. A basic faucet mount filter mounts in 2 minutes, no tools required. It can carry all 3 certifications at once. That's 42, 53, and 401 together. Taste, certified lead reduction, and certified emerging contaminant reduction. PUR's clip-on models are the cheapest units on the market that genuinely hold all 3, for under $30. That's less than one multi-pack of pitcher cartridges. No drilling, no landlord permission, works for renters. Dollar for dollar. This is the strongest certification you can buy in the whole category. Almost nobody buys it. A jug on the counter just feels more like a real filter than a plastic clip on the tap. Here's the part that should change how you shop. The cheapest tier on this ladder just beat every mid-tier pitcher, on paper. Level 3 is where the money starts buying something new, not more of the same thing. Level 3, under the counter. Level 3 moves under the sink. A dedicated carbon system like Aquasana's Clarium line carries all 3 certifications from Level 2. It adds the newer testing protocol for PFAS on top. Those are the forever chemicals that don't break down in your body or the environment. Its own certified numbers show lead and microplastics cut by over 99%. The same listing shows the 2 most studied PFAS compounds cut by roughly 97%. It runs about $360 on sale. List price $450. Cartridges get swapped every 6 months. It also does something the first two levels can't. It keeps your water's natural minerals in, instead of stripping everything out. If health contaminants are your worry, and you don't want wasted water, this is usually carbon sealing. Level 4, the membrane. Level 4 is reverse osmosis, the first tier that can touch what carbon physically cannot. RO pushes water through a membrane fine enough to catch dissolved minerals and salts. Fluoride, arsenic, the stuff a carbon filter isn't built for. A system like iSpring's RCC7AK runs $200 to $300. It adds a remineralizing stage, so the water doesn't taste flat. Its standard is the only one on this ladder that guarantees dissolved solids reduction by design. The trade-off is real. These systems waste 1 to 4 gallons down the drain for every gallon they produce. That can add tens of dollars a year to your water bill quietly. Nobody puts that part on the box. Level 5, the twist. Level 5 is whole house, and here's where the ladder stops being a straight line. I'll be straight with you, this is the level that surprised me most putting this video together. A whole house system bolted to your main line can run $1,200 to nearly $6,000 installed. It filters every tap in the building at once. That sounds like the top of the ladder, and for coverage, it is. But check a manufacturer's own listing and you'll find something odd. Base whole house systems that say, in their own words, they don't reduce total dissolved solids. That's the exact job Level 4 exists to do. A basic whole house install is often just levels 1 and 3, running at building scale, not a bigger version of Level 4. You can spend more on this single system than every other level combined. You can still end up needing a $30 faucet filter for the one thing you actually cared about. Know your level. So here's how you actually climb this ladder. It isn't about spending more, it's about matching the code to your specific worry. If I were starting from 0 today, I'd start at level 2. Then I'd climb only as far as my own water actually needs. Chlorine taste is your only complaint on safe city water? Level 1 or 2 genuinely solves it. Don't overspend chasing a problem you don't have. Old plumbing or lead service line? You need a filter with lead specifically named on its listing, not just the number 53 stamped on the box. Worried about PFAS? Look for that newer testing protocol folded into a 53 certification. Most base filters at every price point skip it entirely. Fluoride, arsenic, or total dissolved solids, the real concern. Nothing below reverse osmosis does that job, no matter how many taps a system covers. Buy one tier up from where you already are. Point it at your actual water problem, not toward the biggest box in the aisle. There's a real, harmless divide among people who've gone deep on this. Carbon loyalists want their water's natural minerals left alone. RO loyalists would rather strip everything and add minerals back on their own terms. Both camps have a real point. Neither side is wrong. It's a taste and philosophy call, not a safety one. Pick your camp without guilt. Know your level. Check the code, not the brand. Buy the tier that actually answers your water, and skip the one that just answers your budget.